Peace and love, we are going to delve into a topic that is of utmost importance to anyone looking to secure their financial future and the financial future of their families. We are going to discuss the importance of generational wealth and how it can be achieved utilizing a private family business trust. Let's begin by understanding that everyone is considered a small individual sole proprietor business. This is an important concept to grasp because it changes the way we view ourselves and our potential. It shifts our perspective from being mere consumers to being creators and owners of wealth. Now, let's talk about banks. One essential difference we need to understand is the difference between public and private banks. Most of us are familiar with public banks, but many might not know that we ourselves can function as a private bank. The media often highlights banking crises to deter us from learning about banking, but understanding banking is crucial to managing and growing wealth. You are a trustee of your wealth, and learning fiduciary duties and fiduciary law is part of your trusteeship. The private side of banking is alive and well, and it is here that you can truly become a secured party creditor. A secured party creditor, in Don Kilam's definition, is someone who can ensure their family is secured and thriving, not just surviving. This is where wealth preservation comes in. Family law is private law, and through this, we hand down wealth through our family and private family business trust. The trust ensures that the family is secure if it is established correctly. This is the power of private family banking and the importance of understanding how to operate in this space. Operating internationally is also a part of private banking. Surprisingly, many of us who have a public education were not trained to trade and handle business internationally. This is a missed opportunity, as wealth is often in the private sector and it is handed down through family trust and private family businesses. A common misconception I often hear is about the strawman account. This is a public account, not a private one. In our teachings, we emphasize privacy and asset protection, and all our establishments are in the private sector. We make no personal claims to a public strawman account. Another common misunderstanding is the idea of depositing one's birth certificate in a bank and expecting to get derivatives. This is a misunderstanding of business and private banking. In the private sector, there is no stock exchange. You can't just deposit notes into a public bank. You need to understand securities, derivatives, and how to get contracts and creditor-debtor agreements classified as a security. This can't be done with an ordinary public bank account. Insurance is an essential part of private banking. It is a form of wealth preservation that ensures your legacy still pays the family when your talent or labor passes. When you deal with public banking systems, you give up your banking rights. All public banks are owned and managed by the government, which controls the public sector. A big secret generational wealth strategy is using the benefits of endowments, a tax avoidance method used to pass on wealth through a private family trust and private family foundation, which are key tools in ensuring generational wealth. Family law is inherently private, and it's through this avenue that we pass down wealth via our family and private family business trust. If set up correctly, this trust guarantees the family's financial security. Operating on an international scale is also part of private banking. Unfortunately, many of us with public education weren't taught how to conduct business internationally. This is a lost opportunity as wealth is mostly in the private sector and is passed down through family trusts and private family businesses. Misconceptions about public accounts, often referred to as the strawman account, and the idea of depositing birth certificates in a bank for derivatives, are misunderstandings of business and private banking. In the private sector, there's no stock exchange, and understanding securities, derivatives, and how to classify contracts and creditor-debtor agreements as security is a crucial part of private banking. The objective of a private family trust is to prioritize the family. In the private sector, family trusts invest in high-yield hedge funds and assets that yield dividends, as cash depreciates due to inflation and other currencies. The goal of a private family trust is to put the family first. The trust is always investing in the betterment of the private family trust. It's about growing your assets and making your family successful. In the private sector, the family trust invests in hedge funds that yield 18 to 30%. It is about investing in assets that yield dividends, as cash is depreciating due to inflation and other currencies.